It's Friday, September 15th. Welcome to CTV Morning Live Saskatchewan. The Premier standing by his party's pronoun policy. Scott Moe's next move ahead in news. Alex Brown is tracking our news from Saskatoon's studio. Luke Simard in our weather center. It is game day. People hitting the highway between Saskatoon and Regina. What do they expect?
Yeah, good morning, Daryl and Alex. Well, we're seeing some nice sunny conditions out there today, but we're waking up to some hazy skies here in Regina. Saskatoon's looking quite clear, actually, as we begin our Friday. We are expecting mainly sunny conditions, not only throughout the province today, but throughout the weekend as well. Similar temperatures this morning in both cities, single digits, 7 in Regina, 9 in Saskatoon.
All right, Luke, thank you so much. Let's get to news for this part of the hour. The start of the fall session is still 6 weeks away, but we already know that at least one piece of legislation will be on the provincial agenda. The Saskatchewan government has been clear about its intention to move forward with a parental consent policy around name and pronoun changes in schools. Alison Bamford reports.
Serious enough to introduce legislation to protect parental rights when we return to the legislature.
Late last week,
the officials say these things are important as we head into winter. RCMP are investigating after human remains were discovered in the Battlefords area. For more, let's bring in Alex Brown in our Saskatoon studio. Alex, what's the latest here?
Good morning, Daryl. Yes, on Monday morning, Battlefords RCMP received a report of human remains located near a forested area southeast of North Battleford. Saskatchewan RCMP Major Crimes is working to determine the identity Thursday morning. And Daryl, you're tracking the latest crop report.
That's right. This warm weather means harvest was still well ahead of schedule, with 68% of this year's crop in the bin. The Southwest is furthest ahead at 93%. Will mark the 150th anniversary. We turn our attention to the weather picture. Luke Simard is standing by. Game day. Of course, we're driving up and down the highways, getting to Mosaic Stadium to see the Elks in town. What do we expect?
Yeah, good morning, Daryl. Well, we're going to be seeing some mainly sunny conditions, not only throughout Regina and Saskatoon, but throughout the entire province. As riders do take on the Elks a little bit later on tonight. We're going to be seeing some nice conditions throughout there. Currently sitting at 6 degrees here in Regina. Meanwhile, Saskatoon's waking up to some nice clear conditions as well. Currently sitting at 7 as we await that sunrise this morning. Taking a look at the radar and satellite now. Well, there is an air quality statement just north of Saskatoon, and that is due to the wildfire situation up north. So you could be seeing some of that haziness a little bit later on today. Meanwhile, in Regina, we're also waking up to a little bit of haziness as well to kick off our Friday. Now, taking a look at the province through the weather tracker, we can see that there's mainly sunny conditions throughout. Not a lot of cloud cover as of tonight, so the rider games should be looking good throughout, but it's going to be a cool one out there. We'll get to that in just a second. And into the weekend, it's more the same. We're going to be seeing mainly sunny conditions throughout the entire province. As we make our way throughout the weekend, we could see a little bit of cloud cover and periodic showers make its way through the west and into Monday overnight. Now, as we take a look at that smoke forecast for today, well, there's that haziness that we're seeing in the air quality statements that are making their way through the province today, but it should clear out by overnight tonight, making for a good weekend. Currently outside our windows right now, here's what it's looking like. Cool conditions in the west, 2 in Kindersley, 4 in Swift Current. We're seeing 8 in Weyburn, 11 over in Yorkton, a little bit further north, 6 in Spiritwood, 10 in South End, 12 in Nipawin. As for our highs today, we're sitting around those averages for this time of year, seeing 22 in Moose Jaw, 21 in Martinsville, 22 in North Battleford, and 20 over in Prince Albert. Now, if you are heading to Regina today for the game, here's what it's looking like throughout as they get set to take on the Elks at kickoff. We'll see some nicer conditions with a high of 16, but the cloud cover will come as well. Will nighttime, 11 degrees by halftime and 10 degrees heading home. So quite cool despite those clear conditions. Now, taking a look in Regina today, we're going to see a high of around 20 degrees. We see that haziness behind us, but it should clear out a little bit later on tonight. We'll see some clear conditions with a high of around 6 degrees. Meanwhile, that 7-day forecast is looking quite nice as well. Look at that weekend. We're seeing beautiful conditions. 24 on the Saturday, 27 on the Sunday, kicking off Monday with a high of 26. Meanwhile, Saskatoon today, well, we'll see a high of around 21 degrees. So nice clear conditions there as well. We'll see that sun really shine out today. Could see a little bit of that haziness really start to kick in, though, as we make our way throughout our day. Meanwhile, 7-day forecast in Saskatoon now. Well, look at those nice conditions as well on the weekend. We'll be seeing the smoke clear out tonight, 27 on Saturday, 29 on the Sunday, kicking off the week a little bit cooler than Regina with a high of around 24. Now I want to go and take a look outside in Regina at the traffic cam this morning. Well, we're seeing the traffic slowly start to pick up here. A little bit blurry out there with the haziness, but it's looking quite nice. As for traffic, let's go and take a look now around the city. Well, it's looking quite clear as we make our way through our morning today. Nothing major to report. Now, looking at Saskatoon outside this morning, it's more of the same. We will see conditions steadily improve as we make our way out. Looking quite clear, a calm, cool, collective, not a lot of traffic out there as of yet. Now taking a look at the Saskatoon traffic for this morning, nothing major to report. You could see your usual busyness down into the downtown core today in the central business district. Nothing too major to report on the bridges yet either. University Bridge is looking quite clear.
What's trending this morning? A man in Southern California got quite the surprise when she discovered a break-in at a home. And it wasn't a burglar, Alex, it was a bear. Can you imagine a bear roaming into your neighborhood and coming into your house?
No, I can't, Daryl. I can't, especially here in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, in Saskatchewan, it would be, what would it be, like maybe you could find a beaver, a moose. Yeah, something like that, very Canadian. Broke into some jars of maple syrup and left some sticky footprints behind.
So, I mean, I'm surprised it's not honey. What about Winnie the Pooh?
Later this morning, we're going to have a conversation with the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame. Every day, we pose a question of the day to you, the viewer. Luke, what is today's?
Well, today, because of that interview that you will see a little bit later, we are hoping to know what is your favorite athlete that was born in Saskatchewan. Now, if you do follow us on X, we posted a picture this morning of Chris Getzlaff and Ryan Getzlaff, two prominent Saskatchewan athletes. So we want to hear from you for our question of the day. Right.
You can email us at saskmorninglive@bellmedia.ca. Note the email address change, saskmorninglive@bellmedia.ca. You can text us at 306-CTV. That's 306-288. Standard message rates may apply.
After big gains on North American stock markets yesterday, futures contracts on the three main U.S. stock indices were mainly higher this morning. Here in Canada, the benchmark S this morning. From the BNN Bloomberg newsroom in Toronto, I'm Paul Bagnall.
Welcome back. The Royal University Hospital has opened a new state-of-the-art seizure investigation unit. It's the first of its kind in the province, offering new treatment options for people in Saskatchewan with epilepsy. Noah Rashog explains.
There are just over 10,000 epilepsy patients in Saskatchewan. News, Saskatoon.
CTV Morning Live Health Report brought to you by Saskatchewan Blue Cross, protecting your health since 1946.
Mainly sunny conditions throughout Saskatchewan today, and it's more of the same as we take a look now across the country, at least in the west, seeing some nice temperatures in the mid-20s in British Columbia today, 24 in Vancouver, 23 in Victoria. Meanwhile, in Alberta, 26 in Calgary, 25 in Edmonton. Could see some showers today in Winnipeg with a high of around 16 degrees today, nice and cool there. Meanwhile, in Ontario, well, similar conditions than the west, 21 in Toronto, 22 in Ottawa, 21 in Montreal, and the rain continues on the east coast, 21 in Halifax, 20 in Charlottetown, 24 in St. John's.
Affordable housing was top of mind at a ribbon cutting in Regina Thursday morning. Horse Dance Lodge offers more than 24 additional supported housing units. With a tour, here's Hallie Mandrick.
These rooms will soon be occupied.
180 staff. As we go to break, here's a look at today's gas prices in Regina. The most common cost to fill up, $1.63.9. You can find regular for as low as $1.49.9. In Saskatoon, the most common cost is $1.55.9. You can find regular for as low as $1.49.9. The Canadian dollar begins today trading at 73.99 cents U.S. After the break, Nutrien grappling with changes, what changes they're making to adapt. Good morning, it's 6:30. Welcome back. Tensions were high at Regina City Hall on Wednesday night. A motion to declare a homeless emergency was voted down. The mayor called it performative. All over Saskatchewan, Luke, they're going to be hitting the highway to get to the big game. What can they expect as far as conditions along the way?
Yeah, good morning, Daryl. Well, we're waking up to some sunny conditions this morning, and it's going to be more of the same throughout the day. And on the way to Mosaic, we are going to be seeing that sun really come out today, not only here in Regina and Saskatoon, but elsewhere throughout the province as well. Currently sitting at 6 degrees here in Regina. Meanwhile, in Saskatoon, well, we're still waiting for that sun to come up. It's rising very slowly here, but it's currently sitting at 7 in Saskatoon. So a nice start to the morning, cooler start to the morning.
Hello there, Kara Wagland in the SportsCentre newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. And for it, we're going to take you to the Davis Cup. Australia time. That's all for now from SportsCentre. Have a great day.
Thanks for sticking with us. It's 6:42. The Saskatchewan Music Educators Association and the province of Saskatchewan have proclaimed September 15th as Music Education Day here in our province. Caitlin Redding, the president of the SMEA, joins me now to tell me more. Good morning.
Good morning.
So first of all, can you tell us a little bit about the Saskatchewan Music Educators Association for those who don't know?
Thank you very much for having us today.
All right, thanks, Alex. Now, the Yorkton Co-op has a new initiative with space for more than 20,000 plants to grow at a time. Cool stuff there. Kayleen Sawatsky on the go. Good morning. Where do we find you today?
Good morning, Daryl. Well, today you find me out here in Moose Jaw. We're bringing you all the way south, but don't worry, we're going to be talking about 2 different Western Development Museum locations.
Fairly warm. We're back with your birthdays, your celebrations right after this.
All right, it's Friday, so let's kick off the weekend with some celebrations for today and over the Saturday and Sunday as well. We're going to start off with a happy birthday to Taylor, who turns 9 on September 16th. Thank you so much for the picture submission, Paula. Really appreciate it. Beautiful sun and a beautiful Friday. Let's go and take a look now. If you want to celebrate with us, here's how you can do it. You can find us on our email, sasmorninglive@bellmedia.ca, or you can find us on our social media platforms on the X @SasMorningLive. Please send your submissions at least a day in advance, and we cannot wait to celebrate with you. Now, as we get into our school day forecast brought to you by Sass Milk, look for the blue cow label. Well, on the way to class, it's going to be 11 degrees, so you're going to want some jacket weather, some jackets on the way to school this morning, but it's going to be mainly sunny as well. Meanwhile, lunch, well, it's going to be warming up, so you can definitely ditch the jacket. We're going to be seeing temperatures around that 17, 18 degrees mark in both Regina and Saskatoon. And meanwhile, on the way home, well, you can fully ditch the jacket. Then we're going to be seeing a high of 19 degrees in Regina at 3 o'clock. Meanwhile, Saskatoon, we'll see a little bit warmer, mainly sunny, not as much cloud cover, with a high of 20.
Let's welcome our friends, Pure Country 92.7. Anybody name that sound yet, Chase?
No, they have not. But that's just good news because that means more money to give away as we head into the weekend. We bring a helmet.
Rain Man? Yeah, let's play some fun.
Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise return to the big screen. Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Around we come to our morning smile. Alex, why don't you lead us off?
Okay, well, we all know the movie Dumbo, of course. It's one of the most popular Disney movies of all time, so check this out.
Oh, floppy ears!
Here's another version of Dumbo for you guys.
This guy. We're back with more CTV Morning Live Saskatchewan right after this. Thanks for being with us today. o'clock, good morning and welcome to your CTV Morning Live Saskatchewan for Friday, September 15th. It is game day in Riderville. The Edmonton Elks are in town. We're going to hear from the players in just a few moments. Alex Brown is tracking all of their latest headlines from our Saskatoon studio. And Luke Simard has our game day forecast. If you're heading down the highway, what do we need to know?
Yeah, good morning, Daryl and Alex. Where we're seeing some nice sunny conditions throughout the day today. Could see a little bit of that haziness this morning, though. Not to worry, it will clear a little bit later on this afternoon. Currently seeing some cooler temperatures, so you're starting the day with a jacket. You could probably ditch the jacket on your way home from school today, but it's looking like a nice day.
All right, Luke, thank you so much. We'll be back with you in about 8 minutes for the full forecast. In news this morning, Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe says he's ready to use the notwithstanding clause to defend the province's new rule about parental permissions for name changes and pronouns in school.
I believe was safe in this, so it's all good.
Thank you for joining us on day one of CTV Morning Live Saskatchewan. We appreciate you, and we'll see you back here bright and early on Monday morning.